Welcome in, everybody, to Intelligent Aces Podcast, episode number 12. Almost forgot what I was introing for a minute. Welcome in. I am your host, Mayonnaise Chase, as always. My co host, Ellipticus underscore Eli, swinging in today. Kind of I'm not going to say a slow news week. There's been a lot of news about stuff in the gaming sphere that's popped up. A lot of it has to do with the Sweet Baby Inc. Uh, thing, consulting agency, uh, all around gamer gators, stuff like that. Throwing a fit online about diversity in video games, which gave me a thought today that the modern audience is a myth. I sit there.
Modern audience. Well, just like people are talking about Helldivers, you're saying you were saying the game that what is it the Helldivers audience is upset is split over
Yeah,
is it
over this patch that they nerfed and they buffed some weapons and stuff, balancing or
so
whatever.
it's like made me think of that term audience, and it's like modern gaming audience like a lot
Well,
of the people are new to Helldivers. They didn't play Helldivers 1. They're
yeah.
new to the series in general and the game's only been out for a little while, so it's like it's hard for I don't know. I think people could be
Well,
split, but they still have time to go in either direction.
Here's the thing with the Helldivers deal, and I can understand where it comes from. They nerfed some weapons, and they buffed some. Both of them fairly minor. I had this discussion earlier on Discord with some other people. Uh, Bushwick and them had come in their takes on it, and I get why they there was a meta and everybody was running the same gun, same loadout basically. Because they worked. They worked. They killed the bugs fast, and you could do it. Well, now that they've gotten rid of one of the ways to kill the bugs fast, they
Ah,
buffed a couple of the other weapons, which
so
makes
people
them
got to work harder. No choice.
semi viable. But here's the thing, man. Like it's already kind of insurmountable. You're just kind of overwhelmed. That's the name of the game. But then they take away your tools to be able to do it. It's like oh, we're gonna take your toolbox here. We're gonna take a 10 millimeter and the 15 millimeter. We're gonna take those out. We're gonna give you two 11 millimeters though, which does no fucking good for you. But here you
Hey,
go.
11 plus 11 is 22.
That's not how it works in tools.
Also in Helldivers 2 news, the Helldivers 2 boss shuts down rumors about Sony acquisition. That's not a thing. He shut that down.
Well, yeah, apparently there was a rogue dev that got upset about everybody was spreading hate comments as the internet does, and one of the devs got out in front and I guess bitched and moaned and whined about it. I don't know, bitched and moaned, but like he basically called him out, and the CEO got on and apologized, like, yeah, we don't really want to conduct ourselves that way, kind of thing. So it's pretty interesting Helldiver stuff. Of course, there's a trailer out for a new War Bond. I haven't even made it close to being through the first War Bond yet, but whatever. Uh,
Jesus.
and then there's also the announcement that mechs and vehicles are incoming now. And right now in the game, right now as we're talking, there's a new major order, which is like the worldwide mission, and it's to go and liberate the planet that the mechs factories are being built on, because production is
Oh shit.
halted because they're being invaded or whatever. So
So that's how we get
everybody
these
has
mechs.
3 days to go and liberate the planets, and then we'll get mechs, and that's the theory anyway.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that's another thing I kind of like about Helldivers 2 is the reaction from the developers whenever they respond to anything and when there's news about anything.
oh yeah, they're based.
These people have been a lot of people online have been comparing it to Halo, and finally they got a reaction from the Helldivers 2 director, and he says, "There's no need to compare it with Halo. Just let gamers enjoy both. Like just simple. It's not. He's not going
Yeah, I
to
mean
go into
it's pretty
any of the.
based. It aggravates me, and I get it. At some point, the thing that aggravates me, like I said, it was the tools and making the game harder for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like I'm not competitive. If a game starts to get my blood pressure too high, I will bounce. It's not worth it to me doing that shit. You know, I almost rage quit Elden Ring and quit it forever. I kept coming back. I ended up beating the game, and I enjoyed it a lot. Will not lie, I did. But there was a time when the first boss kicked my ass for 200 fucking times in a row. I chucked my controller down. I was live. Chucked my controller across the room and got it and walked out. The stream's still going. I just left the fucking room. Went and smoked a cigarette. You know.
Yep, the rage is real.
So I just don't deal with that kind of stress in games. I just don't care. I want my games to relax me and take me out of my headspace.
I only saw one layoff news of excuse me, Spearhead Games lays off majority of staff. I guess they'll be
Spearhead.
completely done by the 8th, so tomorrow. Yeah, I tried to get more information on Spearhead Games. Development on RPG Sandbox Unforetold Witchstone will end indefinitely as of March 8th. Spearhead Games, while launched on January 4th, it is laying off the majority of its staff. Oh, launched January 4th. It didn't last very long. In a statement shared on LinkedIn, Montreal based developer, the past few weeks have been challenging as combined impact of financial prospects did not materialize, put us in a difficult position. Spirit Games was established in 2011 by former Ubisoft and EA developers, releasing titles such as Tiny Brains, Omnisite, and Stories: The Path of Destinies. Well, I'm sorry,
Don't know.
but I don't know how. I don't know either. But in good news in the gaming industry, at least for the employees, there hasn't been a lot of that lately, it sounds like. But Capcom is increasing its starting salary in Japan by more than 25%.
Sweet.
So, and
There's
they're a classic name too, Capcom.
Capcom, which they had some bad press. The end of December, beginning of January. It was during the podcast stuff, and there's some bad press where they were going back and retro doing, adding uh, DMCA stuff
Oh, really?
because there was an upset about the modding community um, doing. It was like somebody jumped into a Street Fighter tournament with like a Chun Li nude mod or some shit on like a tournament thing or whatever. So there was, and it had some upset. So there was some
I was like,
modding.
let the people mod in my head, and then you said that, and I was like, okay, well, no, maybe not.
Well, I mean that
They
should have
own.
been vetted by some kind of tournament, organizer or some shit. That doesn't have anything to do with Capcom or the rest of the community or whatever. Yeah, and let people mod their games if they're buying them. Let them fucking mod them. So there were some issues with mods. That left kind of a bad taste in my mouth because I was thinking like Capcom, that's like the only good one left of the big publishers. Like all the rest of them are just corrupt as shit.
Well,
I,
here's my thinking on why they increased it. Because there's so many people in the job market right now. It's like if your business plan and your business model is secure and sound, it's a good time to attract talent, And so that they didn't
yeah.
increase everybody's salary, they increased the starting salary. And they
Well,
only did it in
that should be
Japan.
a cost of living adjustment at this point because I don't know what
Yeah,
who knows when the last time they adjusted it. I mean, it could have been last year, year before. It could have been 10 years ago. Who knows?
that's true. Who knows?
But well, I mean, we could find out. I'm not gonna look it up, but just speculating right now. But the thing about that is, it doesn't really make sense because if the market is saturated with people looking for work now, that means you can actually get them at a cheaper rate because they have to compete on such a higher level against all this other competition that they have, for the same jobs or whatever, the same people or same experiences. It's
I don't
like,
know if this is a vetted comment on Reddit, but $24,000 a year after a 25% increase is rough. Hope this continues for the workers of Capcom. So now I'm gonna Google what is the average salary for
$24,000 increase. or $24,000 a year. Period.
Starting.
Because that's nothing. That's crazy because the rent of places in Japan is outrageous. People buying these little like paying like $1,000 a month roughly in our currency to these closets. They're not even house. Then they're fucking closets, dude. Not even
This
apartments.
is so weird. Okay. This sounds more. $117,000. That sounds more realistic. There's a couple of options that really didn't sound good. So it's a $24,000 increase.
$24,000 overall, which that's pretty good. So I mean, that'd be making close to $100K a year then.
Yeah, I think that's what that comment was trying to bring light to. I had to double check though, because that sounded like really low. I felt like the cost of living in Japan was higher than it would be here for some reason.
Yeah, it is.
Japan
Crazy.
seems expensive. Early access for the Terminator Survivors announced.
And
so Terminators is a series that is still a prevalent pop culture as it was in the 80s. While the games have lukewarm most of the time, have gone lukewarm, it is still an IP with potential. That is why it's exciting to the early access reveal of the new Terminator Survivors and what it brings to the table. The Terminator Survivors is a new game in the franchise that Nacon has announced. This will be an open world survival game that may be played by one person or up to 4 people cooperatively. The game will be set 4 years after Judgment Day, placing players in the role of human survivors who have to find a way to live in a hostile world where Skynet is in control. Our objective is to live another. So it's going to be like living in modern day America, essentially. Our objective is to live another day despite having to deal with machines and other human factions. Exactly like modern day.
Sounds like AI and and the woke.
It's still worth considering the survival open world approach the game is going for. It's not the entire genre, something to speak of. It's still not clear. This is the first game created by Nacon Studio Milan, which is split into 2 subsidiaries. Nacon Studio Milan, which is dedicated to creating this game, and Raceword Studio, which has previously released games like TT Isle of Man, Right on the Edge 3, and Rims Racing. We'll still need to wait a little while, though, to play Terminator Survivors with a set release date. The game will go live on Steam on October 24th for early access. Dang.
So, hey, Country Boy, welcome in. I was thinking,
Country Boy.
I had mentioned earlier about the modern audience or whatever, and how I've come to this, I don't know, realization, or I just had this thought or whatever. So we've been hearing about this select. Well, the game is made for modern audiences and whatnot, or this movie was made with modern audiences in mind or whatever. And normally, um, all the movies and shows and games that are made with a modern audience involved in mind, they don't sell. They don't make any money. So if the modern audience, if it was made for the modern audience, where are they? Where are these people that these games and movies and this entertainment is being made for? Where are those people? They're not buying the product that you're selling. So you're selling it to no one. Because all these productions and stuff that they've come up with are they've all flopped. Move my window here because chat's going across my face. So that was kind of the thought I had today. Is just the modern audience is a complete myth. It doesn't exist, and maybe Hollywood will realize that. Probably not.
Is the modern audience. Am I pointing in the right direction? Nope, wrong side.
Trying to point for.
Up
She's
here.
not on.
Oh, she's up there though. You can see her. She's not on, but she's always on. She's always watching
She's
the
not.
AI.
She's not. I didn't activate her. She's on power. She's on sleep mode right now. It's going good, country boy. It's going good. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I just had this thought because all this supposed diversity and inclusion and strong female characters and taking away from toxic masculinity, all this shit that they try to push our way, we don't buy it. It turns out to be pretty shit. The latest and greatest example would be the Suicide Squad trailer, which we talked about it here a few weeks ago. What's it sitting on Steam right now? It was like 400 active players.
12.
Player count, Suicide Squad. Uh, Steam charts. 435 playing right now.
Wow.
So I mean, it was garbage. I called that was garbage from the beginning. Nobody was gonna want to play this game. For some reason, it still has 5,000. Like they actively deleted a bunch of negative comments on it, like negative reviews on Steam.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy shit.
I guess so. There's exciting news for Apex and Titanfall fans. Respawn's new game is set in the Titanfall universe. Before you get excited, this is not about Titanfall 3, but it's close. In a recent episode of Game Mess Mornings, Jeff Grubb opened up about what's happening at Respawn Entertainment, touching on the original IP being developed at the firm Steve Fukuda, who directed Titanfall and Titanfall 2, what seems like a lifetime ago. Months ago, Vince Zampella, the head honcho at Respawn, said that Fukuda was fleshing out the earliest stages of piecing together something new, but it would never be Titanfall 3. According to Grubb, the game that Fukuda and co are creating is set in the Titanfall universe. During the most recent episode, this is exactly what he said. He highlighted that he doesn't know how it's an extension of the Titanfall universe without being Titanfall 3 and suggested that Respawn Entertainment should figure out a way to make that happen, referencing a follow up to the 2016 shooter. It was a year ago that Electronic Arts shut down production on Titanfall Legends, which would have been a new single player title rooted in the Apex Legends universe, but it never materialized. Apex Legends is EA's most popular live service games ever, so that's the basket where most of the eggs are kept. Even though they canceled that game, it doesn't mean that there isn't scope to create something new. Of course, Respawn kicked off one heck of a universe in Titanfall 2014. If anyone can broaden that, it's going to be this studio. So, of course, I'm an Apex Legends fan, so I'm extremely excited that the next step for Respawn,
Yeah, it's gonna be a volleyball
in that
game.
universe. Even if it's volleyball,
It's a
and
card
as
game.
long
It's
as
it's a
it's
Magic
in,
the Gathering Pokemon style card game with Titans. That's
that's
what they're gonna come up with.
that's fine. It doesn't even need to be the Titans. Just make it in that universe. Make it in
It's
the
gonna be
Outer
a
Lands, the
it's gonna be a
Badlands.
gotcha. It's gonna be a gotcha game.
It's as long as I can give my money to Hammond Industries direct and bypass the middleman.
Screw EA. Screw EA.
I'm a huge fan of that story though, and I want to see
It's a
it
cool
come.
universe, and I enjoyed Titanfall 2 quite a bit for sure. And it would have been cool to do a crossover with Titanfall and Apex Legends.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like some kind of crossover where
it's needed.
you meet like you meet Bangalore. She's a military person, so you meet Bangalore in a at a staff meeting or some shit in the Titanfall universe or whatever. Shit like that. She wasn't a Titanfall pilot, but she was in the military or whatever.
But she was trying.
Yeah, she couldn't cut it. She wasn't strong female enough for him.
Also a new device to rival the Steam Deck being produced by Nvidia called the Shield. Looks like
I've heard
Xbox.
that name, the Nvidia Shield.
Nvidia may be having a serious case of FOMO. What is that?
Fear of missing out.
Oh yeah, there we go. I was like, I've never heard of FOMO. Fear of missing out. The company has been watching AMD APUs clean up in the somewhat new segment of
Oh
PC-based
yeah,
gaming handhelds.
the
And
sh-
now that Intel alternatives are coming out later in 2024, Team Green wants in. What is that?
so the,
Is what a source told YouTube channel Moore's Law is dead. Reportedly, Nvidia is working on a premium handheld gaming device to rival Steam Deck and other similar services.
they already has the Nvidia already has a Shield. It's a console basically. That'll run Steam, but this is gonna be like a Shield handheld, so PlayStation Portable kind of thing, I guess. Um, which is cool. It's fine. I'm not the biggest Nvidia fan at this point because they just keep coming out with more and more shit for you to throw your money away at. They need to streamline their, they've got the 4070 Super, the 4070 Ti, the 4070 Xbox 360 or whatever. They got all this fucking dumb shit. And they just keep, instead of just making the cards available, they just keep making more and more SKUs. And that's just Nvidia's. It's a business. I understand it, but that's like having 27 different models of the same car, more or less. Um, Instead of just trying to make one affordable car that everybody can use.
So even if everything pans out, it'll be years before it comes out because
So they're gonna
Nvidia
miss. They're
doesn't
gonna.
have the
They've already missed their
license
window.
to manufacture x86 CPUs, and it would need a partner to provide the processor. A tie-up with Intel, however, would mean the CPU and the GPU would be discrete and require a proper heatsink similar to those found in the best gaming laptops. So even if it shakes out, it would be many years away.
Right. See, and that's the problem with Nvidia that runs into because AMD already kind of has those processors for the smaller stuff, and they're cheaper. So I'm fairly sure that like the Steam Deck probably has an AMD style processor. Um, Probably just does. The Asus one probably the same thing. Probably run it. So, and Nvidia can't because uh, running an AMD processor with their graphics card is like selling their soul to the enemy, basically.
Oh
Kind
wow!
of thing.
And so the new Switch has been done since late 2022. It just hasn't been released.
Called the swap.
Switch to silicone,
Called
and
the
it'll
Nintendo.
outperform the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm
It's
gonna
hard to say
call
when it would hit
bullshit.
shelves as Nintendo is waiting to sell through its remaining Switch stock, the source said. But the Switch 2 silicone has been done since 2022. It presented several options to Nintendo, including one that used Lovelace, and they selected a cost optimized version of Orin. Moore's Law quoted the source as saying, assuming Nintendo's doesn't cheap out on the specs, the Switch 2 is expected to outperform the Steam Deck. When the original Switch first came to market, the competition was slim. The PlayStation had given up on mobile gaming, and at that time, there was no burgeoning Windows handheld industry. Mobile gaming on a smartphone was in its infancy. In that sense, the competition would be far more intense for the Switch 2, even if Nintendo certainly has the upper hand. Hmm.
Well, here's the thing though. What's Nintendo gonna do with it? They're gonna lock that console down. You're not
Yeah.
gonna be able to actually. They're not actually gonna get any games on it. Same with the Switch. The Switch is cool. Nintendo is fine. They've got their first party exclusives. They've got their Mario's. They've got their Zeldas. They got their Smashes. They got their Pokemons. But aside from that, it's nothing spectacular. It's just not. Um, the last few Mario games have not. I bought the Odyssey one. Pretty lame. Not gonna lie. Breath of the Wild was fun. I didn't play Tears of the Kingdom. It wasn't as well received. Probably would be fun, but they added too much bullshit into it.
Dude,
They
I got
also
Chinese
haven't put
food
out.
earlier.
They also haven't put out a new Mario Kart. They also haven't put out a new Super Smash Brothers. They haven't
Yeah,
put out a new. Pokemon games are just a recycled rehash every single generation that they come up with every year,
I know
and you got to buy
Pokemon.
2 copies. Shit like that.
I got some Chinese food earlier, and I went to grab the tongs from the buffet, and the steam just like fucking went crazy right on my finger, and just steam burned my finger so bad, bro. So bad. Like it's
I'm so
hideous looking.
sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But it was
I
worth it.
almost feel bad for you.
A lot of people don't get injured hunting for their food, but I did today,
Yeah,
and
it
it
was
was
it
worth
was
it.
a fierce battleground out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was worth it though.
You are definitely a gatherer.
I was hunting, and then afterwards I gathered my carcasses.
uh, yeah. So there's that. There's the Sweet Baby Ink thing. I don't know if you're too interested in it. It's kind of a thing that's going on right now, um, in the gaming space. This consulting company, Sweet Baby Inc. Uh, there was some stuff that come out from their CEO about them basically, um, black. Oh, thank you for the bits, Country Boy. Thank you.
Oh
Uh,
my
you're gonna make
god!
a noise. Gonna make a noise. Is my alerts should be on alert box?
This
I
scene
don't
looks
have
frozen.
alert box. What the fuck, Chase? Why
This
is it?
scene is frozen on the screen.
Like,
Like Aya's box is moving, but you and me are frozen.
yeah, they are. Hang on, hold up. Oh, you're just. Oh, I know what happened. Discord go. Yeah, the Discord window got hidden, so we're good now. I got it. So if the
Mhm.
Discord window is like goes behind another window, you can no longer see it. Uh, no, I gotta turn alert box on. I can't. I don't know why alert box isn't copied.
Country boy with the biddies.
Yeah, let me replay that
This
thing.
stream didn't know how to handle bit donations. It shut
There it
everything down.
goes.
No, I'm just kidding.
There it goes.
Woo!
Thank you so much for the bits. I just don't know why alert box is not on every single.
This man knows how to make an entrance.
All right, so let me get back over here to this up. Of course. Fucking Google Chrome, dude.
Aya's off.
Yeah, Aya's not on. I've said that. I said I wasn't gonna turn Aya on. Don't try to use Aya. You're gonna fucking try, aren't you, you dick?
No, I'm just fucking around. Oh shit.
Dude, good. I hope you have a good stream. Yeah, okay. Well,
Gonna be streaming in about 30 minutes. Oh shit,
everything's
country
always
boy.
over to the left. I try to do a
Hell
full
yeah, dude.
screen
I'll
thing.
be there tonight.
Um, yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. Basically, it's a consulting firm that's supposed to like make sure there's enough diversity and make sure there's enough blah 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 in these things. And every game that they've touched so far has tanked. Every game that they've had a lot of stuff into, no, it's not been as well received as some of the original stuff. Um, so yeah, there's a big stink about it. They did there was a guy on Steam that made a Sweet Baby detector community that basically anywhere that Sweet Baby's credits showed up, they would announce that game that they were took a part of or whatever. The creators and other people that work for Sweet Baby have been attacking this guy that made this thing. They've been losing their collective minds on Twitter and the internet. It's been pretty entertaining to watch because they're all whiny crybabies. The CEO had
Well,
come out and said something about uh, talking to these people and trying to get them to sign their consultancy. They needed to, and then if they didn't, they would go to the marketing team and say, "Well, what if it came out that your game and your studio isn't diverse? racist. Like basically blackmailing these people. Like, what if it got slipped that you're a Nazi? Basically, that. So, yeah, they're all the scum of the earth kind of thing, and they've ruined several games, and probably will continue to because Hollywood is and the Western gaming AAA studios are rotten, rotten at the roots. He's gonna collapse. It's gonna fall down eventually. Uh, I will say the new growth of AA and independent independent games is gonna blow up. Um,
Can do
I,
Call of Duty or Live to Survive. Cool.
so
Hell yeah. I'll
that's
do
what
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like they're just it's gonna go down. We got an ad break incoming. I got a
Ad
yawn. I got a yawn.
I don't think we have any non-subscribers in the chat.
No, at the moment. Well, Country Boy is.
Country Boy's a subscriber.
Oh, subscriber. So yeah, so we've got that going for us. Sweet Baby Inc. And then I also wanted to talk about that's kind of it. I mean, there's a shit ton of people talking about the Sweet Baby Inc. thing online right now.
Really? I don't even know about Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah, if you Googled it, you'd find a shit ton of yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like I said, a lot of the games they've worked on have flopped. Like the latest one was Suicide Squad.
Oh.
They worked on the crazy um, Saints Row.
Oh, remember that thing
Saints
we brought
Row
up last
reboot?
week about Yuzu, Nintendo, and the Yuzu
Yeah.
emulator? That's already been settled outside of court for like some crazy millions amount of money.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm
Been taken
sure.
off. Dang, Nintendo went hard for them though.
Nintendo goes hard for everybody. I'm convinced now that the games don't actually make their. It's just just their lawsuits. Anytime anybody uses Mario, they're gonna flip the fuck out.
Baldur's Gate 3 reached 10 million copies. A whopping 10 million copies. By the way, a lot of people don't know, but whopping comes from the German Wappen. Thank you.
So we also news that popped up just yesterday or today. It was yesterday, I think. Rooster Teeth Productions is shutting down. They had been purchased by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers is kind of cleaning house because they're hemorrhaging money a lot. And Rooster Teeth couldn't maintain the fan base after there were some allegations that went down. So the writing has kind of been on the wall for a long time about them. Yeah. Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers Discovery shuts down Rooster Teeth after 21 years. Yeah, and so a lot of this stuff is up for sale, which is like I said, I don't know if you're a fan. You've heard of Red versus Blue, right? The Halo Machinima series. Yeah, these guys created that shit years ago.
They're funny then.
Yeah, it was really good.
They got rich off those.
A lot of the founders had left. They ran one founder off because he was more conservative leaning, and they kind of just ran him off. They got super woke, and the founders left and left it to a bunch of kids that they basically raised these. There's a lot of them that were there. That's the only career they've ever had was Rooster Teeth, and they kind of ran the company into the ground. I'm sure there was other creative decisions. There's a lot of bad blood made with them. There's several scandals that went on, like racism thing being thrown around and like sexism. And then one of the guys supposedly was sleeping around with groupies while he was married, and which to me is kind of like
illegal.
To me, it's kind of like it's not that big of a deal. Everybody painted him as a scumbag. May have been with minors, so that's pretty scummy. If that was the case, I didn't really know but there was a lot of allegations getting thrown around in Me Too stuff, and people just believe that immediately and just throw, a 10-year friendship is like, oh, you know, somebody on Twitter said you slept with them when they were underage. You're a piece of shit and a fucking monster. Get out of my sight. Just like the loyalty just doesn't exist anymore. Like you didn't try to question, you didn't try to find out their side of the story. That aggravates me. Now, if it comes that it was actually true and he did all that, then yeah, that's low life shit. You're not fucking worth it. But um, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. There's a lot of potential. Uh, Ruby was their animation that they made that started out.
Suicide Squad failed to meet the Warner Brother expectations as well.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of things have failed to meet Warner Brother expectations. You got to think about the Flash movie that came out. They lost their ass on that movie. Aquaman was a turd flopping in the ocean. That thing fucking flopped hardcore too. Shazam. All their movies have fucking tanked. And they're still trying to make more of this shit. Yeah, James Gunn rebooting, like James Gunn is going to be over the DCEU now and rebooting it, which could be good.
Could be good. Oh, that doesn't sound like it could be good. That's like Jar Jar. The actor who plays Jar Jar Binks is talking about a possible project with Activision. They're gonna make a Jar Jar Binks game.
Yeah, kind of
That could be good.
shit like that.
No, I don't think it could be good.
It's gonna be terrible, dude. So
It's
anyway,
gonna be bad.
well,
It's gonna be bad.
it's all like there's just bad ideas all around, dude. And they try to make this shit just make games fun.
2 broke a record, another record.
Helldivers 2 has been great. Power World was great. Power World, people beat it. I never did finish it. I should finish it. I'm like level 47. I should get to level 50. Grind it out.
Unprecedented sales record in Europe.
But Helldivers 2 is fantastic. I did see Ghost of Tsushima is finally coming to PC after I bought a PS5 and bought the PS5 version. So I won't be playing it on PC because I'm playing it right now on my PS5.
And that's another thing about Helldivers is that it's breaking records how it's making its money, because most games that sell this many copies and make this much money make it all in the first week, because there's so much hype about the game. Everyone's got their pre-orders and they're all going to get it the first week. Well, this is just like a game that's like the word of mouth has been spreading.
Well, people
the
see
second
it.
week sales grew over 40% over their first week sales. That rarely, apparently not so rarely, is that it's never happened in the category of this big of games. That's never happened ever. So it's like changing the dynamics of how games and how this game in particular utilize social media to essentially do the advertising for it, because people are just like seeing a cool ass fucking video and sending it to their friends like, I told you should have got this game, look at this shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you didn't do anything that cool, you're sharing that video. That's a badass.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, like, it's a fun co-op game that is it's got a good loop to it. It is aggravating it sometimes, but but you get in some missions and stuff goes pretty well, and that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I definitely dislike the idea of the nerfs and stuff. I don't like that at all. If you want more loadouts to be viable, just buff the guns. Why do you take tools away from us? It doesn't make any sense. And the thing, and the reason that upsets me is because like the future, they're gonna come out with new weapons and new shit. We got vehicles. They've already announced the new war bond, so they've announced new weaponry coming out. If the weaponry now is already unviable and they don't buff it and make it better, then what are they going to do with the new ones? So, and then if those suck, then people are going to keep using the old ones. The vehicle system, like I told them, I said if that becomes the meta and you got 4 mechs walking around just stomping through everything, then they're going to make those mechs so fragile that any fucking bump will destroy them. They're just going to run out. They got 3 shots.
I hear you, soldier. I hear you, soldier. It's not a perfect military, but it's the only military this super Earth has got. By God, we're gonna get out
Yeah.
there and use it for freedom, for democracy.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, that's my gripes with it. I probably will continue to play it for a little while. If it does ever piss me off, then I'll just uninstall it. I don't.
Oh yeah, whenever I get in with people and we're playing way fucking more advanced than I should be in lobbies, I get rage quitty on it.
Yeah.
It's just like, why the I've just died 30 times in a row.
Yeah.
As soon as I come down, I'm dead again. I'm like, why am I here?
Well, that and like I hate when a game wastes my time. So if I'm like running from 1,000 enemies and I can't turn around and drop a bomb on them or something like that because they're just up my asshole the whole time, so I can just run around and survive for 20 minutes. You know, I can avoid death the whole time, but I can't actually do anything to reduce the numbers. So I'm just going to continue to run around and avoid death. And that's just wasting my time. I can't do the objectives. I can't do anything. Like,
Skull and Bones took 17 years to make. And even with a free trial to try to get people to play it, it hasn't even reached 1 million players.
no, and I doubt it will.
And it took 17 years to make, and it was from a big, huge, glorious studio. People, there's literally people that their whole year's salary was paid working on this game for 17 years. And it's like, and one of the biggest gaming studios in the world. That's a huge fucking flop.
The thing about it is,
money.
The thing about it is, it spawned off of Black Flag's ship combat, the pirate Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the pirate version of Assassin's Creed. The combat spawned off of that. So what they should have done was take Black Flag and put a multiplayer mode in it, and they would have had Skull and Bones. And they just couldn't fucking do it, and they still can't do it. And they've shit the bed. And they put the game out. It's not complete. They put it out for $80. There's so much DLC bullshit for this game. It's unbelievably amount of crap DLC shit. It's just ridiculous. And they're like, yeah, nobody's playing the game because you talked a bunch of shit about it and then you still didn't deliver anything. No.
So there's a pretty cool game called G.I. Joe: The Wrath of Cobra. And it's like an old school, like when you were a kid at the arcade and they had those kind of games that were like, you had a guy that would like go down the pathway and bad guys would come up, arcade crawler. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's kind of like, it's not kind of like that. It's exactly like that. It's like a fucking old school style arcade game, G.I. Joe game. And it looks badass, bro.
Yeah, Skull and Bones. I don't know. It's crazy to me.
There's that much money. That with the power of AI, they couldn't have at any point used AI to like do some algorithms to be like, this game is not gonna do good for nothing. It's like, well, we don't know. People who like pirate things spent this much money last year on, where do they keep the?
What?
Like maybe it needed to be a open complete. Like I think at this point for a game that took 17 years to come out and that is pirate themed, I really feel like that it should have been a completely open world pirate game. Not like super limited where you can like do actions here and do actions here. Like, dude, for 17, maybe for 5 years, but 17 years, my pirate should fly.
Well, it was 10 years. I don't know about 17. I thought it was 10
33? What'd you say? 33 years? Jesus.
Yeah.
Where,
Shit was supposed to come out on the NES.
They were working on this before the nuclear bombs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. These companies just keep getting greedier and greedier. It feels like a lot of shit that they. Well, it goes back to Activision. Dummy Activision and their Call of Duty shit. It's like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do a new Call of Duty next year. We're gonna skip a year this time. And then they brought out a new one. The next, it was garbage. No.
Apparently, you can play Warframe on Apple. People are playing Warframe on their iPhone, huh?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto still confounds me, dude. There's still a lot of people playing Grand Theft Auto. I just don't.
Most popular on Twitch is Grand Theft Auto B. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. It's huge. Well, it's really easy. So I was kind of unaware of it, but there's a whole huge community of people that go on to Twitch into Grand Theft Auto streams, and they're either streamers themselves or they're strictly players and interactors,
Mm.
and they have whole like it was something that was like back in the day, like there's like my life or like it's like you
Yeah,
create an
it's a
online
role play
persona
shit.
and
Yeah.
you create a person and you go in and you talk like that person and you act like that person. And so like and it's like some of them are super gimmicky and some of them are just people basically being themselves but pretending their name is Paul or whatever. But some of them are super fucking gimmicky. Like some of them are like, "Hey yo, Paulie," you know what I mean? And like it's like they're
Yeah, I mean,
doing the
there's
whole
it's
thing
just
and they
wanting to
there's
make
like
pretend.
some people with like huge fucking followings,
Yeah.
like pretending to be gangsters and stuff, going around doing gangster stuff, and like legit, they got people like hopping in their Discord, being the other people. They're like going to pick up their friend Polly, and then they're going to do a
Yeah,
hit on this
I'm not a huge fan of
liquor
that.
store, and like all these people are just like eating that up. And I
Could you
think
imagine what
all
the role play is going to be when the Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and it's all Florida men
oh dude,
role play?
I think
Just
a
the
lot of it
craziest, most
comes down
racist
to the
shit is going
content.
to come out of that.
I think a
Bunch
lot
of
of it
meth heads and stuff.
comes down to the fact these people are basically method acting. They're basically improving. So
These
there's
fucking
bound to be
Florida
some funny
man
moments.
method actors for GTA 6. They're gonna build a meth lab in their fucking room to simulate what it's gonna be like in the game. So we may have more meth lab explosions due to
Wrestling
GTA
Gators,
6. Yeah. They're gonna get some gator wrestling. Uh,
sweet baby teeth divers. That's pretty great.
uh,
I just seen it.
yeah. Well, you know,
10 out of
Rooster
half
Teeth.
of Miami
So
is
Rooster
has one
Teeth.
in their house.
Um, their the initial name of their studio was Cockbite. They they made Rooster Teeth Cockbite. That's kind of how they came up with uh their name, their nomenclature, and I kind of did that with Intelligent Aces. I wanted something similar, kind of wordplay. So Intelligent Aces, uh, smartasses was what I came up with. So there's a lot that I took from Rooster Teeth I really enjoyed their method and stuff for making games and or for making shows and making content and at the beginning. So it's kind of sad to see it go. Um, talking about that little story about Intelligent Aces. Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't really find there was some more. Well, the Dune trailer came out, which looks excuse me, which looks actually really good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The Dune trailer looks really good. I will never play it because there's no giant comical boob slider like there was in
I
Conan. So I
think
don't.
I'm gonna play it. I think I'm gonna play it.
I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people playing it, and honestly, I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes out. Like some of the magic or psionics or whatever the fuck they use to like float around or whatever looked kind of cool. Um, so we'll see, man.
The little dragonflies.
Half.
Are you talking about the ships that look like dragonflies
What do you mean?
in Dune?
Well, yeah, those ships are in there. I was talking about like there's one of the scenes those guys were like flying around, like just like Superman floating around and shit.
Oh yeah, maybe a jetpack type deal.
No, it was like magic, like fucking magic power waves was carrying him around and shit. Did you not see
Whoa.
that? Yeah, in Dune, in the Dune Awakening
I haven't
trailer.
seen the movie yet. I don't
No,
know.
no, it was in the game trailer.
Yeah, but I don't. That's not. I don't know about the. I don't. They, apparently, they get in powers when they get a real high, and apparently, a lot of stuff happens in this next movie. It's a big. It's a lot going on. There's a war. All right. If you made it, if you didn't fall asleep during the first movie, this is the one to watch. If you did fall asleep in the first movie and you woke up to some action scenes, this one's going to be more action than and less sleeping because this is the bulk of the story. And I mean, there's still a part three, technically, that we're waiting, we're expecting.
Arrakis is a test.
It's
For all
really
the
loud.
fans out there,
Few survive it.
the chat's right over there. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's the mining stuff. The base building. That actually looks pretty good for the base building.
Look how big this base is, though.
Yeah. The little sand vehicles look pretty cool. Looks like the drones. I don't like that oxygen mask. So yeah, so right there. See there's like a psionic power right here that he's doing. He's casting some kind of spell thing. Then they've got this shot here where they're flying.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, so it doesn't look like jetpacks. There's just like energy waves coming off of them and stuff. As far as the game goes, it looks really good. It's done in Unreal 5. So
See all that building?
I don't know if they're gonna be like. So if they're gonna do public servers like how Conan does servers and stuff,
Arrakis
could be a
is
massive
test.
PvP server where your clan
Few
goes up against other
survive
clans on the
it.
server.
But the humans that do awaken.
Copyrighted for the music or whatever. Yeah, I mean that actually does look pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Fucking love it.
It actually does
It's
look pretty cool. I have
fucking
zero idea about the lore of Dune. That's just something I don't know.
No, the people who know the lore of Dune don't have any idea about. No, I'm just kidding.
That's probably true too, but
The lore of Dune is fucking witches and bloodlines, and if the if the prophecy of a person come to the planet, and when it finally everything is right, that person ends up ruling the galaxy. And
there's a new Fallout trailer for the show. Wanna watch it?
yes.
Don't know if it'll be. Oh, Chewy coming in gifting the 5 subs. Thank you, Chewy. Bro,
Holy
look who got all the
moly.
subs. Jake Twitchin, Monkey Man 1520, Nerd Dad got a gifted, Daihachi Hachi got a gifted, and Colton McCombo.
Let's
Know who that
freaking
is?
go, dude.
Thank you, Chewy, coming in, dropping a 5 bomb on us. Thank you so much, man.
Colton
Super
McCombo was
appreciate
the
it.
first person I ever subbed to on Twitch.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Chewy, what is up?
What's going
And
on,
that's
my
a
dude?
First time chat.
Chewy is another person in Nico's channel. I've talked to Chewy for quite a while.
I know I've seen the name.
Yeah. Chewy's over. Chewy's a Nico fellow Nico stan like me.
Nico's fan.
So yeah, thank you so much, man. So much appreciated for that.
Not a Nico sim.
I didn't say Nico simp. I said Nico stan. There's a difference.
Not a Nico simp.
I didn't say simp. I said Stan. You're a fan. You're a fan like I am. Is Nico streaming right now? I haven't looked.
Nico's always streaming.
That's kind of true, yeah.
There's a
Hello
50%
there.
chance whenever you ask that question.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they work hard, man. They drop 12-hour streams. Quite a lot. Oh, good on
Holy
them.
crap. Is that a freaking hype train? We've
Yeah,
got a
level 2 hype train. First
train going
first
on
hype
right
train
now.
of the channel, I think.
What in the
Yeah, dude.
world is going on?
Awesome. Like I
Y'all
said,
are getting crazy.
thank you so much, Chewy, man. You're awesome. You're a real one.
It had to be somebody else too. Oh, with the
Yeah,
bits.
yeah. I
Country
think
Boy
that's
with
my
the bits.
first. I think it's the first train I've ever had on this channel.
That's freaking awesome. Yeah, I don't remember there ever being a hype train while we were doing the podcast. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, well, as I said, even when my channel was when I first got it. Oh, Chewy dropping 1,500 bits. What are you doing, you madman? Madman. Level 2, 100% now.
What level does 1,500 make it? Jesus.
I think it just hit level 2. I think it's level 2 complete, I think. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. It's crazy.
Oh my god. Level 3. And we got a full completion on level 2. Made it level 3. 28%.
Yeah, so awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Legend in the chat. Legend in the chat.
Pipe. I wish I had a sound mixer voice changer thing so I could do like an echo voice announcer voice thing. One of these days I'll have one. I've got the stuff that I want to order. I just haven't got it ordered yet.
Tell me if this comes through. Let's see.
Oh, is this with your mic?
Well, this would be through Discord.
Oh, is there like a mic filter thing on Discord?
Yeah. Did
That's
that come
for
through
the-
to the stream?
No, I don't hear nothing.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. Is that just the sounds or whatever?
Soundboard, yeah.
I'd like to have a soundboard too. Holy cow. Yeah, hype train. Thank you so much again, Chewy. Thank you.
Oh, here's an air horn.
Back to doing your taxes. Well, good luck with that. Take as much money from the IRS as you can. You know, don't underpay where they'll come after you, but take as much as you can for sure. Pocket that. We're gonna watch the Fallout trailer that just dropped 11 hours ago on Prime Video. So it's I guess an updated trailer.
I'm here to show you a wonderful place. A veritable
Nice.
Camelot,
Screen is all
the nuclear age.
perfect.
Not made by God Almighty, but the working man.
You can be a hero by purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better
I'd
day
love to live
after.
in one of those.
Gonna nuke you? He say nuke you? I like Walter. Walter Coggins, I think is that guy's name. I like that actor a lot. He was in Justified. I've seen him in some other
The
stuff.
mission
I
of
like
the
that.
vaults should be
but,
important to everyone.
I don't know. This could be good. I mean, it could just be a watch.
To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization.
Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am. I thought all you dipshits were dead.
What you're doing is insane.
I don't want to set the world
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
higher.
Can't get the screen to do what I want it to do.
I just want to start.
I've had a rough week.
a place
Practically every person I've met up here has tried to kill me.
I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws. You should not be alone.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty.
Dang.
Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
What is happening here?
Everyone wants to save the world. They disagree on how.
I was like, the power suit looks pretty cool.
There you are, you little killer.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see
I'm
it.
about a quarter of excited to see that.
It
As
doesn't.
excited as I am for Dune, but I'm still
It
excited.
doesn't look bad. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Curious. I said I like that actor a lot. And it kind of looks like it's gonna be centered around him more than it is the female vault dweller or whatever. So it's interesting.
The dog keeps going to the door like there's someone there, but there's no one there.
Interesting take on the. So here's other trailers. Watchers, the Wild Robot. For Honor Year 8 Season 1. Like they're still going on this game.
For Honor just at 35 million players 8 years after its initial launch.
That's crazy. King Kong ripoff? Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of new showing up here. Not really. But yeah, I don't know. I was looking for some other trailer stuff. I didn't really see much else popping up. I should have went to IGN, I guess, because they put all the trailers up because that's all they do. Up trailers.
I like trailers. I do. Freaking level 3 hype train complete. Such huge support. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, awesome. Chewy coming in, and we got Country Boy dropping bits with us too.
Holy shit.
So great.
That's freaking cool.
The first. Oh, here's a game trailer. First Berserker Kazan. Official gameplay. I don't know this. Big for the screen, like. Pretty close. What's that one? Oh, that's sick. I was thinking maybe this would be a Souls-like game, but maybe it's more like a Devil May Cry style God of War. Super loud. Though. I gotta turn this down. Yeah, this is gonna be like a God of War style game. Looks like, where it's not like punishingly like Dark Souls hard or whatever. Looks cool though. It definitely feels Dark Soul bossy. I got my strong hand.
Definitely Dark Souls.
Yeah, that boss definitely feels like it. Yeah, that's a Dark Souls. I think so. We watched this trailer back when the game, like right after the Game Awards come out. We were reacting to trailers. So that's that game. That's pretty cool. Path of the Goddess. Never heard of this game. What the heck? Game looks trippy as hell.
Yeah, there's just so much going on the screen every time it
Right?
show anything.
Some Japanese lore shit here. Wait, is this like a Civ game? Wait, what? I don't know about this game.
Visually stunning.
Yeah, looks crazy. Overwatch 2 X Cowboy Bebop official collaboration. Wow. I don't care about either of those things.
I like the old Cowboy Bebop commercial or cartoons.
The anime?
Yeah.
An FPS! Oh, look at this. This is like PS2. Oh, they've upgraded it. Game footage not final. Can you get a Modern Warfare clone? Looks pretty good. I think it's gonna be a multiplayer game.
It's our last stand. This is where we turn the tide.
This is their last stand. Take the second.
Guns look good. Oh, you're gonna fly a helicopter. That's cool. I was trying to think. There was a game that is it this game? There was a game that was like it's all indie made or whatever. Oh, what the hell is that? That drone was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, bow.
Looks pretty cool.
I would play that game.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Dragon's Dogma. Are you excited about Dragon's Dogma at all?
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be expensive, right?
It's a Capcom game. It seems like Capcom are going to start doing the $70 model like everybody else.
That's the only part I'm not excited for, really.
Right. I don't know, man. Like they touted it as like their Dark Souls, but I don't have a clue about Dragons. I'm going to know about the same amount as
Hello,
this
everyone.
game.
My name is Hideaki Itsuno,
as I do
and I'm
about
the director of
Dark
Dragon's Dogma
Souls.
2, and I'm producer Yoshiaki. If you run somewhere occupied by other
That griffin
characters,
looks sick,
you may
though.
End up naturally joining forces.
It's a sick-looking griffin.
But reactions will vary character to character. Some will be frightened, while others will show courage. Their relationship with you, the Arisen, will vary based on the actions you take. That, in turn, will
Oh, you can
change their
flirt with
relationships
the
each
ladies. Oh, you can pick up ladies. Look at that.
other. A variety of characters await you on your journey through Dragon's Dogma 2.
Why are your cheeks so red,
Over
bro?
1,000 characters inhabit the world,
They,
each with their own unique stories and motivations. They will sometimes ask for your help, marking the beginning of a new quest.
I don't know, man. I'm not
Quests
super
have an
excited
array of
for
different
it.
objectives.
Maybe when actual gameplay comes out, I'll be, people are actually playing it. I may get excited, but
Yeah.
right now I'm kind of not super stoked for it. Spider-Man 2 got Game of the Year. I didn't think anybody liked Spider-Man 2. Nico played through all of Nightingale. That game looked kind of neat. It was different, like a steampunk style game. Monster Jam Showdown.
That looks good.
Fucking drive around in monster trucks. Yes, I mean that's kind of the new stuff that's coming out, and more exciting stuff. Nothing else really popping off, really jumping out, making me want to.
Nothing makes you want to throw your hands up and shout? Come on now.
Yeah, been a long week, like you said.
It has.
Been a long week.
I wanted to go see Dune today, but I felt like I would fall asleep if I did. It's a long movie.
Yeah, one of these days, maybe I'll get into it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely watch the first one before you go.
Yeah, and everybody's touting it as like that's probably the best movie that's going to come out this year, which is sad, but also probably true.
It's pretty epic movie, like epically shot, scenes cinematically, with what is it like? And the soundtrack's fucking epic quality, like a definitely a movie. I wish I had an IMAX theater for. Like,
right.
It would be a movie that you, when you saw it in an IMAX theater, I don't feel like you would be upset about the cost of it because you're there to get that impact of the sound and the visual, and you could really experience a movie like that in that style of a theater, especially a movie made for IMAX like that. But
right.
But either way, I want to experience it in the theater.
Well, we're at hour 20. This may be a little shorter than the last few podcasts we've done. The last few have stretched over 2 hours, but we're both kind of winding down. It's been a long week for us.
I wasn't yawning.
Yeah, I'm planning on. I'm gonna try to get a guest in next week. I'm gonna try to reach out this weekend, get somebody lined up for next week. We may, depending on who it is, we may have to start early. We have to start at like 6 instead of 7, or something like that. Because if the person I'm trying to get on is they're up earlier than I am, and they go to bed earlier than I do. So I'm trying to get them on. But yeah, I'm going to. I mean, we can raid out to Country Boy, throw him some love, even though he's the only one in chat, so he just be raiding out to himself, basically. We'll probably just end it there. This has been episode number 12, a less exciting version of the podcast this week. We had some news topics we talked about. We got a hype train. We got some gifted subs coming in here. It's been a pretty great podcast. Not gonna lie. Hopefully we're gonna have a guest on. We're gonna have a guest in studio next week. Not in studio. In studio. What the hell am I talking about? We're gonna have a guest in
going in studio. I'll
in,
be in studio.
in OBS studio. In OBS studio. That's the studio they're gonna be in. We're gonna talk about whatever else news pops up between now and then. We may bounce around to some other topics too. We may just bullshit the whole time. Who knows? It could be fun. Probably gonna be fun.
Probably.
Let's shoot this weekend though. Let's shoot for this weekend. Let's try to test some other streaming stuff. Saturday or Sunday, plan one of those days and like try to test out the StreamYard stuff or whatever and mess around with different
cool.
Yeah. Different tools. Let's try that. All right. We'll see y'all again next Thursday. Thursdays at 7. Except it may be earlier next time, so just check out my Twitter or my X account, and I will post at what time we're going to be starting on my X account. Go give us a follow over there. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just end it. We'll catch you all next week.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out another episode of Intelligent Aces podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube and go follow us on Twitch and X, and all the rest of our socials will be posted down below. Thanks.